basically how this works is I will be laying here for about half an hour, and I will be having these headphones on, and it'll be playing a white noise in the background. I'm choosing TV static. And this mask, which is made out of paper towel, is important because you can see through it enough to where the light will come through, but it's like enough to where if I were to put my hand over it, I wouldn't be able to see kind of what's going on. And the whole idea is that while I'm laying there, my sensories like sight, vision, I have to be trying to lay as still as possible. So mainly touch. Some of it might be I might get some sort of input, but the whole point is that it will be sensory deprivation to the point where you supposedly start hallucinating because you're not seeing anything, you're not hearing anything, and because of that, your brain kind of tries to construct whatever it can, I guess. And I will be laying here, I will have my phone set up, and basically I'll be kind of videoing kind of the process and after to kind of describe what happens. And it will be sped up, of course. Like, I'm not going to show the whole 30 minutes, but yeah, I will go ahead and stop because it's almost time for me to start. So I will be back laying down, and I'll tell you when everything starts and whatnot. So you have to excuse that the camera does look a little different, and that's because it is a little different. Since I had to grab a different camera, of course, since I'm going to be playing a file on my phone, or a video on my phone, and I'm going to go and get in bed now, and lay here for 30 minutes. Alright, I'm going to go and put on this makeshift mask, make sure it's all properly. I'll put on these headphones now, and I will begin the process, and it'll basically be all till, it's right now 5:24, and we'll go to 5:55. So I'm going to go and load up the phone now, put on the headset. Actually, first, before I even do that, let's put on the makeshift headset real quick, and then put on the headset. So right now, okay, it's 25, I'll go and get started. I'll try and get started now. Give or take a couple minutes, but alright. See you all on the other side, I guess. Put this on to make sure. When I look up, that's good. Hang on. I'll get this on real quick. Make sure nothing rips up. And here we go. We shall begin. Let it load up. Right, we begin. was weird. Camera's still going. I'm going to stop the GoPro. I'm going to turn this off. And I'll describe kind of what I experienced on the phone. We're going to turn this off real quick. That was weird. I'll go ahead and, excuse me, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of describe what I went through. So, what I felt was, at first, I think I might have to get a better quality mask and then try to skin at a different point in time. But it was interesting experience kind of laying there. I kind of didn't really necessarily hallucinate how I thought I would. I'll kind of put kind of more of the sensations I felt because I didn't necessarily see a lot, but I felt a lot in my, basically here in my arms. So when I was laying down, I kind of felt like I was making an imprint at the bed. There were times where I felt like I was just weightless and I didn't know really what to expect. There were also those feelings of my feet growing numb, my hands growing numb, basically kind of my whole body going numb. I also, from time to time, wanted to take off my mask because I thought someone was putting their hand and then, like, doing this. From time to time, I thought someone was dragging the bed, and it felt kind of weird. There were times where I did kind of feel like I was getting into that transition of, oh my gosh, I might actually see something weird. But then, for whatever reason, something yanked me out of it and realized, well, hang on, something doesn't seem right here. There were times where it looked like as if I was like, lights were kind of like as if you were putting a hand in front of me or putting something in front of me. Like you could see, almost like as if I was in like a moving car, it would be consistent. There were times where in the mask, like you would at first notice there was a little wrinkle, but then it would all turn to white. And then from time to time, you might see a little bit of colors kind of pass by or whatever. But like I said, I might need a different mask because that one does kind of have a little bit of crinkles in it, so that might have something to do with it. And it doesn't necessarily cover my whole, like it does, but from time to time it does kind of feel like you notice a little bit too much. There were also times where I thought like I could see kind of like, I don't know, like as if I'm going out of my own body. It was weird, but the most weird part wasn't even necessarily what I was seeing, but what I was feeling on my body. Everything just kind of went numb, and that was probably the weirdest experience. And that's kind of when I was like, you know, at first you might notice me, I was kind of laughing a little bit, but that's because it was so bizarre feeling like all of what I felt. And of course, I've never done this before. I will definitely revisit this again, and I will make sure to have a better mask and see how it goes after that, because I don't think the mask necessarily helped. Because I would see one part of the mask and I would dart my eyes to another part of the mask. And it looks like it might have been too crinkled. So like I said, I'll probably get a different mask to make sure it works. But that's kind of what I experienced. It was really weird and not what I expected. Yeah. So I will definitely rewatch and see if I notice anything interesting. Until then, I will see you all next time.